Back, Sagarmatha Technology Group was set to list on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange in early April, but the group initially said they wanted to raise 7.5 billion rand in private placement, but the listing did not go ahead. Dr. Iqbal Surve, an investor in Sagarmatha, spoke to the SABC earlier to explain why he thinks the listing did not go ahead. He says the impression that he had debt with the PIC was incorrect and lamented the slow pace at which the investment corporation funded black business.
There have been concerns raised about that around 1 billion rand investment initially into the independent media group, and suggestions that part of Sagarmatha's listing was in order to be able to pay back the debts that you owed to the PIC.
Well, let's be very clear. We don't owe anything to the PIC. Whatever's owed to the PIC is owed by independent media and what is called the consortium structure. As a group, we do not owe. As Sagarmatha itself, we do not owe. So this misrepresentation is very, very false. So let's look at the PIC. The PIC invests in at least, I think it is, as you know, the JSE has 12. The JSE's market capitalization is 12 trillion rand. The PIC's investment in the JSE, which makes up about 12.5%, is 1.57 trillion rand. The PIC's investment in black companies on the JSE is 24 billion rand. So out of 12 trillion rand on the JSE, the PIC has only invested in 24 billion rand of black companies. Now surely this is not acceptable 2 decades later into our democracy. So who has the PIC made wealthy in the process? They've made wealthy the white families, the white corporates, the white individuals. Many of them have come to the PIC for investments over the years, not just before 94, in most instances. The PIC's Dr. Machila has done a great job. He's increased their portfolio from 600 billion to 2 trillion over the last decade or so. But at the end of the day, we have to acknowledge that, but we also have to acknowledge that black companies, unfortunately, are not supported sufficiently well by the PIC. The PIC has got a private equity fund for black companies, but it needs to accelerate its transformation. So when a black company comes to the PIC with international valuations of their businesses, I think it's just fantastic that the PIC supports such companies, because it also speaks to returns on investment, but it speaks to transformation of the economy. You cannot have a situation where 20 plus years into our democracy, you have only 24 billion rands worth of black companies on the JSE supported by the PIC out of 12 trillion.